Hey, what's going on, guys? So today's a bit of an off-topic video, but it's still something I want to talk to you all about. So many of you have already seen my Destiny 2 comprehensive review, which did really well. If you haven't seen that video yet, then check the description where I have it posted. If you have seen it, then you know I thought Destiny 2 was a good game, but it just missed the mark on so many levels, and instead of improving on what Bungie had done with Destiny 1 Year 3, they regressed and took several steps backwards. Well, before I bought the game, I was sure that Destiny 2 was going to be at least as good as Destiny 1 and The Taken King. So I bought the edition that included the Season Pass. Since I had the Season Pass, I decided I would review the expansions as well, and with Destiny 2's first expansion, The Curse of Osiris, getting ready to release on December 5th, I've watched Bungie streams and read up on what all the DLC would include. The DLC seems very enticing so far, especially with the new beautiful location to explore Mercury, which has previously only been in multiplayer maps. To me, it seems like it'll be my new favorite place alongside Nessus. And I love the golden brown color palette and the fantastic use of colors and saturation. The new weapons and armor also look amazing, and I'm pretty sure everyone will agree that the new Vex armor coming to the game is some of the best looking armor yet. This is the kind of gear people play the game for. I've also seen some cool additions to the game for public events, which are longer than normal ones and actually expand into new sections of the map as the event continues. They seem pretty bland in terms of gameplay innovation, but it is nice to see some improvement. The rest of the DLC includes the usual offerings of expansions, including a new mini-campaign that's roughly 2 to 3 hours in length, new world quest, missions, strikes, adventures, Crucible maps, and free roaming activities. Surprisingly though, the expansion won't include a new raid, which I think is probably a big mistake. Instead, there's a raid lair, which is just a new section to the existing Leviathan raid named Eater of Worlds. But amongst all the new additions and hype of this DLC, I began to think about something that I think many people feel the same way about. Even though the DLC, The Curse of Osiris, looks really cool from what all Bungie has shown so far, I feel like it's honestly too little and too late. Now let me emphasize again, I think this first DLC looks really cool and I personally am excited to play it, but I think it's being released too late. Destiny 2 is so barren on meaningful content right now and has a lack of anything worth playing that I almost feel this first batch of DLC should have been free. Yes, a lot of time and work went into the DLC, and yes, it looks like it'll add a good amount of content, but Bungie really let down a lot of their players and fans that stuck with them through the first game and all of its DLC. What happened is Bungie tried to cater to the casuals and figured the hardcore players and vets would just accept all change and love the game regardless. But what happened is Bungie disrespected their hardcore fanbase and the hardcore fans left. And the casuals that Bungie wanted to appease got bored of the game and moved on to other games. They left because there was not much to do and the game is fundamentally broken on so many levels. I feel as if Crucible will always be broken and barren unless they try to balance it in a way so there are more ways to play than just mida teamshoting. I like Destiny's PvE gameplay, but to me personally it gets boring fast. The aspect of a game that usually keeps me invested in the long run is how good the multiplayer is. And while here the multiplayer is great, but with only one way to play, it can get stale pretty quickly. So I think for me personally, this DLC will cause me to hop back into the game and play another 20 hours, and it will more than justify the price of the expansion, but it won't be enough to keep me playing past a week or two. But I am curious as to what you guys think. Do you think this expansion will be enough to breathe more life into the game? Or do you think Destiny 2 at this point is nothing more than a dead ghost void of the light? Let me know in the comments below, and if you haven't already, make sure to leave a like and hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys on the next Shepard Gaming video. Keyless Ally.